All right, so today we're going to be discussing getters and setters in Python. Okay, so they are basically methods that are used to access and update the values of private attributes in a class. So, of course, while Python doesn't strictly require the use of getters and setters, as some other languages do, it's still a common practice when you need to control the access or validation for classes attributes. It makes sense. It's practical that we tend to go with using the options of setting up these methods, which are getters and setters. Why do we want to use this? Of course, we have a couple of reasons here. So I would say for encapsulation, right? It definitely would help you encapsulate the internal state of the object by restricting direct access to some of these attributes. It also helps out with validation, right? So basically, you can have validation logic in your setters to ensure that changes to those attributes are valid, right? And it also helps out with controlled access, right? So the getters and the setters will allow you to control, how the attributes are being accessed or modified. You have to set, those requirements, right? You have to ensure you set those requirements for access. Okay. Let's just work with a simple example. So say we have a class of bank accounts, okay, and let's put in our constructor, so our init function. All right. So in here we can include a couple of details. Maybe we can add the owner of this account and the balance. So we have a default which is 0. Here we are simply going to say self.owner equals owner. But for the balance, we want this to be private. So we can say self.underscore balance equals balance. Okay. So this, of course, this is a private attribute, just like this. Okay. So here we can now set, the we can create our getter, right? So this is our getter that would get us the balance. Okay. So we can simply return self.underscore balance. Let's put in some comments here. So this is the getter for the balance, right? Okay, so next we're going to put in the setter. So I'm going to have a def set balance, and this is a self and amount, because we're going to pass in a new amount. So this is the point where we can now specify or put in the validation checks that we need. Okay, so we can say if the amount that is being passed in is greater or equal to 0, then we can simply say, by the way, you have to put this. Okay, so we can say self dot, and of course the bracket is not compulsory. Take that off. Okay, so underscore balance equals amount. Okay, so now what we are simply going to do is to set the value of the balance equal to that amount, right? But you can also choose to maybe increment whatever you have, right, in the balance. So you can say maybe plus the amount that has been passed in, but let's just keep it like this for now. So I'll proceed to say else if there's something wrong, say it doesn't meet up to the condition here. This condition is false. If it eventually becomes false, we can now proceed to print invalid amount entered. Balance cannot be updated. Okay. All right. So we can also have methods here. So let's just add a method to withdraw money. Okay. So let's add that method. I would say def withdraw self and the amount that we want to withdraw. Okay, so let's just say if the amount is greater than 0 and the amount is less than or equals self dot underscore balance, that should be balance. Okay, now let's proceed to say balance minus equals the amount, because we're basically performing a withdrawal action. Okay, and we can simply print. Let's format this properly. So I'm going to say the amount that is being withdrawn here has been withdrawn. New balance is, so we can have the balance here, the balance. Okay, and that has to be self dot underscore balance. So self dot underscore balance, just like this. All right. So this is what okay, this is what our code would look like. We can also choose to include maybe like a deposit function, but I don't think that's necessary. We just want to test this with the withdrawal function. So you see, I'm getting code completion here. We can have else print insufficient, blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah, I think we can work with that. Let's work with the else. I think that's it's a good to have here. Yeah, I don't think I need this. I don't think I need the deposit for now. So let's go ahead and create a new account. So I'm going to say account equals bank account, and I would simply set maybe a name like Mav, and of course I can put like 1,000. Oh, okay. I have to go back one step. Yeah, that was a mistake. All right, so this is how we create our account, our new bank account, and we get the balance, which is going to give us the value we have here. Then we can proceed to set a new balance, right, to update the balance, and to basically get the balance again, just to be sure that this has been entered, that this value was entered successfully. And yeah, we can even go ahead to withdraw a sample, right? So this is also withdrawing money. And then we also proceed to get the new balance after withdrawing that amount. Then we also have account deposit, but yeah, we did not really create a deposit method, so let's take that off. All right, so if I proceed to run this by simply saying python main.py, you see the actions here. So we have starting from here, we set the initial amount to 1,000. We updated this to 15, right? And then we took off 500 from the amount, which is the updated amount, of course. And finally, we returned or printed the value, which is the balance, after taking off 500. Okay, so that is how you basically get to use getters and setters in Python. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.